Weighed in 3 pounds lighter and will have a 1-inch reach advantage. Back inside to Mike Kendall.
Fight fans, this contest is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA Bantamweight division, brought to you tonight by the Grand Casino Hotel and Resort. And now, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This boxer, jiu-jitsu style fighter, stands 5'7", weighed in 135.4 pounds. Yields a professional record, 5 wins, 5 defeats, with 1 win coming by way of knockout, 4 by way of submission. Representing Nick Diaz Academy in fighting out of Stockton, California, by way of Concordia, Argentina, Luciano Ramos. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a striker standing 5'8", weighed in 132.4 pounds. Yields a professional record, 8 wins, 6 defeats, with 5 wins coming by way of knockout. Representing Glory MMA and Fitness and fighting out of Kansas City, Missouri, Kendrick, the Uprising Latchman. Your referee in charge of this fight, Kevin Nix.
Okay, fighters, we already went over the rules in the back. I expect a good, clean fight. Touch gloves. Go to your corner, be warriors.
Luciano Ramos making his LFA debut against Kendrick Latchman, fighting for the 4th time inside the LFA Octagon. Fight number 2 here at LFA 103 Bantamweight Division. Michael Chiesa and Ron Kruk with you. Hit us up on Twitter. Appreciate the kind words. Anonymous John, glad you are part of LFA 103. Fighters exchange low kicks, and wow, Ramos kicking away, Michael.
Yeah, he's really loading up. Kicks like a freaking horse.
Absolutely. Comes in with 1 knockout, 4 submissions in his 5 victories. Latchman 5 KOs and 3 decisions. We're talking about the tough opponents that Latchman has faced. His opponent's win-loss record, 105 victories to 77 defeats.
Wow, that's impressive. And you see Latchman, that he keeps going to that lead leg kick, which I think is a risky maneuver when you're going against a short guy with a powerful right hand. You're kind of putting your head in danger when you throw that lead leg kick to the lead leg. That's what he should be doing. Throw the left inside leg kick instead of the outside right leg.
Latchman, of course, training with Glory MMA and Fitness. The James Krause and the boys, Kansas City, Missouri, trained with Tim Elliott and Jeff Molina for this fight. James Krause's advice was fight smart and be confident.
Beautiful jab, Kendrick Latchman, and that's what he needs to do. He's got to establish this jab. He's got a height advantage. He's got a reach advantage. Use that stabbing jab. Stab in and out. Get this guy to miss, and then that opens up the opportunities for the counter.
Long layoff for Luciano Ramos. Hasn't fought since December of 2009 when he scored a first-round arm triangle choke victory.
Good feints from Luciano Ramos, feinting the kicks, just flinching his hips at Kendrick Latchman, get him to think that he's throwing a kick. That's a good opportunity for him to open up with some punches.
And another kick lands from Ramos. Ramos' corner calling for some pressure now.
Nice little switch step, little stutter step jab to the left hand. I'm starting to believe that Kendrick Latchman could potentially be a right-handed southpaw. A lot of things point to him having, so the way he just is able to maneuver with his lead hand,
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if this guy was a right-handed southpaw. Kind of like Pat Militich's boy, Robbie Lawler.
There you go. Yes, shout out to Pat Militich. Almost just missed with that kick. Latchman, a very quick fighter, too. Great speed, fast hands. It's 2 first-round finishes on his resume.
Yeah, and Latchman said in the fighter meetings that he wants to use his wrestling more. He feels like his wrestling's very underrated, and that's been one of the best things that he's gained in his time at Glory MMA is he's rediscovered his wrestling and learning how to blend both techniques together. And essentially, if he blends the wrestling with his striking, that's going to open up more opportunities to knock a guy out. You get him thinking about the takedowns, they're going to drop their guard, and it opens up the opportunities to land some good headshots. So let's see if he lives up to what he said and starts to use his wrestling.
Nice flurry from Kendrick Latchman.
A little Showtime punch off the fence. There's that jab. Nice. That's what he needs to do. Use that jab. Get him coming in. Dance around him. Get outside that lead leg. Pivot. Find your angles. Land more of those nice straight punches.
Ramos told us he expected Latchman to come out striking. And he said, that's fine. I want to show off my boxing skills tonight.
Well, his boxing skills look great, and he's doing a good job, Latchman, in getting outside the lead leg of Luciano Ramos. He's winning essentially the foot battle. When it's a righty versus southpaw, there's a foot battle going on for who's got their opponent's lead leg cut off. And Kendrick's having a lot of success getting outside of Luciano Ramos's lead leg.
Ramos successful not only fending off that takedown, but getting out of the clinch as well. Latchman told us he wants to keep his space, use feints and fakes, and really keep Ramos guessing.
See, there it is. Every time he lands a jab, he circles to the right, which is wise. He lands a jab, and when he steps to the right, he's outside of Luciano Ramos's lead leg, and he's out of the way of that right straight, which is going to be the power punch for Luciano Ramos.
Under 20 seconds to go, opening round of this LFA bantamweight division action. Ramos and Latchman. Latchman going for the body as the horn sounds, and round number one in the books.
Yeah, good stuff for both guys. You know, Luciano had some really good heavy leg kicks, but, you know, Kendrick Latchman with that really good jab, and that's what I feel like he needs to use. Use his jab, use his length. And you see here, a little Showtime punch loads up.
Sweet.
Superman punch off the fence. Shout out to my former foe, Anthony Pettis.
Heck yeah, Showtime.
Dude,
Yep.
he's slow, dude. He doesn't have anything.
You know,
on
he
those
kicked
kicks. Just
a
keep
water
putting that
bottle
in his
off
face.
my head,
It's gonna
going
break him.
off the
He's gonna slow
cage,
down
and
and just
still
crack.
delivered the kick. How about that?
Pressure on.
Doesn't surprise me.
Tranquilo, va bien. Todo bien, va ganando. Pero igual, sigue con las mismas patadas. Y ya cuando llegue la ocasión de ir a la jaula, a lo que trabajamos. ¿No?
Jose Aguayo in the corner of Luciano Ramos, telling his fighter to relax. Gotta give our director Roberto credit for that one. You know I don't speak Spanish, Michael.
¿Cómo se llama? Here we go, round two.
Latchman with the red tape and Ramos of the blue tape. Second round action, and Kendrick Latchman laughing, having a good time.
Yeah, it looks like Kendrick's starting to open up a little bit. He opened up with a nice hook cross and starting to get a little bit of that showmanship going. But he's got to be careful because Luciano Ramos has some serious power, and you can see he's shrinking in his stance, getting ready to load up some big punches and some big kicks like he did just there.
Both fighters taking this bout on short notice. Both said they've been training and in shape and ready to go, and that's why they jumped at the opportunity.
Well, opportunity waits for no one in the climate of what's going on today.
Well put.
Lots of short notice opportunities for fighters to step up, and what a great one to be here at LFA. This is the best place to you stay prepared and you get the opportunity to fight here on short notice. You take advantage of it. Get a big win and further your career.
Third event in 3 weeks. Make sure you... Oh, nice shots from Ramos.
Ramos opens up with a nice little triple hook. Little left hand, left, right, and then he comes in, but Kendrick reverses and puts him on the fence wisely.
Beautiful flurry from Ramos, but I agree, Latchman, smart move. Ties him up and puts him up against the octagon wall.
And this is what I was eager to see from Latchman. Is he going to use his wrestling like he said in the fighter meeting? He said that that's been the biggest thing he's gained from training with James Krause at Glory MMA. And he's got a perfect opportunity to maybe throw a wrench in the gears of Luciano's game plan and get a takedown. But instead, he decides to break loose and get to open space.
Again, the majority of Latchman's victories coming by way of knockout. 5 of his 8 wins. Slips a little bit off balance.
You can tell that Luciano's starting to find his range a little bit. Nice high guard, keeping the hands essentially eyebrow level. ready to kind of address any of Kendrick's offense, which is going to open up the opportunities for him to get inside the reach and have another sequence like he had before of landing some big hooks. Parries the leg kick, lands a really nice left hand. That's what he's got to get going. He's not going to have the most success with the straight punches. He needs to get inside the reach and keep landing those hooks.
Make sure you follow the LFA on all social media platforms. Twitter at LFA Fighting. Check out Inside LFA for future fight announcements, interviews, and much more. Approaching the 2-minute mark here, the second round.
Luciano's reaching too much with his punches. When he throws straight punches, he's shooting them down and he's overextending. What he needs to do is throw a little bit short and use the straight punches as a means to get Kendrick to bring his hands up to where he can get back inside and land those hooks. And as I say that, he bullies Kendrick to the fence. And now we're getting into a little cage wrestling battle here.
Let go of that cage.
Kevin Nix warning fighters about grabbing that cage. They separate. We will restart in the center of the octagon.
Nice jab from Kendrick.
Slight reach advantage does go the way of Latchman.
Yes, sir.
Here comes the trash talk.
Yeah, both guys talking to each other now.
Oh, and he gets a nice high-amplitude wizard chuck. We call that a wizard chuck. You get the wizard, you load him up on your hip, and you throw him over the top. Good stuff from Luciano Ramos.
Takedown from Ramos, no doubt about it. He's got an opportunity as Latchman's on his back. With just under a minute to go, we'll see what Ramos can do from this position.
Yeah, Kendrick might have been able to count the ceiling lights through the air there as he was getting launched to his back.
Very slick takedown.
Come to me, come on.
The fighter out of Stockton, California.
Good way to finish the round, though. I mean, in these close contested rounds, this is where the wrestling can come into play. You've got to do something to stand out to the judges. And getting a takedown, landing some ground and pound towards the end of the second round is something that's going to give Luciano Ramos a definitive second round in the bank.
Inside the guard of Latchman and getting a few shots down is Luciano Ramos.
Short time.
Kendrick needs to go feet on hips and just kick him off. He's got the fence behind him, use the fence to get up, but too little too soon. The second round's come to a close right now.
Great tweet from Ironclad Global asks, how did the Nick Diaz Academy find a Diaz look-alike from Argentina? The Diaz brothers, their reach is worldwide.
Yeah, that was good stuff from both guys, but I like the way that Ramos took over that second round. As you can see here, does a good job parrying the hands and finds his opening to get inside, land some big hooks, get the tie clinch, and really just kind of start to get some momentum going in the second round. You see here, loads up the Wizards, steps across with his right leg, and throws him over his hip. And I was wrong. It doesn't look like Kendrick got to count the ceiling lights, but he definitely...
Still ended up on his back.
Yeah, if there was paint on his feet, it would have sprayed all over the ceiling.
Close fight. Michael Chiesa, how do you have this one scored as we enter into the third and final round?
I think it's safe to say it's 1-1. I think that, you know, just like the last fight, it's going to boil down to the third round. Who wants it more? Who's going to push forward more? And, you know, one of these guys has to take more chances.
I just love the walk of Ramos. So Diaz-esque. Shout out to the boys in Stockton if they're watching tonight.
Dude, if you train at the Diaz Academies or train with the Diaz brothers, their attitude is contagious. And it's not a bad attitude. It's just they're not here to make friends. They're here to fight. And that's very contagious. If you ever meet anybody from the Diaz camp, everybody that they train with is very rigid like that.
Bet. Latchman just misses with the Superman punch.
That's the definition of a bad attitude, brother. Bad.
That's right.
Nice head kick from Ramos.
Okay, very comfortable. Latchman comes back and fighters exchange, and now they're both firing away. Ramos has not fought since December of 2019, looking very comfortable in the octagon tonight.
And I like what he's doing with the kicks, Ron. He's using the kicks to set up the punches. The straight jabs and the straight twos aren't getting it done for him, so he's using the kicks. And when he's retracting his kicks, he's using that as his opening to let loose with that right hand and get his flurries going. Diving on the takedown there.
Sprawl so far from Latchman, but not out of trouble yet.
No, he's got his hands locked, and if he can come up and get his hips in, like he did right there, he can get this fight to the floor. And he gets a hook in. This is dangerous for Kendrick Latchman.
Ramos with the opportunity to take the back of Kendrick Latchman.
Yeah, let's see what Luciano Ramos has here in this good opportunity to get to the back mount and start attacking some submissions.
4 victories by way of submission for Luciano Ramos.
He's doing a good job in tying up that bottom wrist. He's using his left hand to pull Kendrick's right wrist across the belly, and it frees up his right hand to land some ground and pound.
That's legal. You can't grab the cuff of the glove. Don't worry about Kendrick. Just try to get back up.
Yeah, I don't think Ramos can understand what the referee's saying there.
No, I don't think so. Not sure if Kevin Nix speaks Spanish, but the corner of Kendrick Latchman saying, Kendrick, we need you to get up.
And this is good stuff from Ramos. As you can see before, the way he's riding the leg, he's got essentially a lockdown. When he has the leg right in, he's coming over his shin, and it's locking the leg down of Kendrick to where he can't do anything with that right leg, but he frees it, and he's getting to his feet. Let's see if Luciano Ramos can get this fight back to the ground. Ooh, nice crafty knee inside.
That was sweet. And the takedown again from Ramos.
We call that the James Brown. He's behind him, and he dropped to his knee and did a little straight-legged, little James Brown takedown.
Love it.
Shout out to John Wood.
Ouch.
Shout out to John Wood at Syndicate MMA. He named that one, and it's stuck.
Beautiful.
The old James Brown.
I love it. As we hit the 2-minute mark of the 3rd round. Some big takedowns from Luciano Ramos in this 3rd round.
Yeah, and if I'm Ramos, now that I have him to the ground, this is a good place to be to put a feather in his cap to steal this fight if he goes to a decision. But you got him pinned down to the ground. Let's see you dust off that BJJ purple belt, see if he can force a submission, take advantage of this opportunity. It's all about winning, Ron. But you know as well as I do, if you get finishes in the LFA, it's going to propel your career and get you to the next level. And this is a great opportunity for him to open up, take some calculated risks, and maybe finish this fight.
We've already had a 3rd round finish in our opening bout. Can we get a 2nd?
And I like what he's doing with that left knee. He's trying to slide that left knee up on Kendrick's belly and slide out his right leg. And that way he can slide into a mount. Lots of sliding going on. He's sliding all over the place.
And dropping some elbows to boot.
Yeah, and if I'm Latchman, I'm looking to shrimp and use the fence to where I can wall walk my way up. If he can get his shoulder blades to the fence, he can scrape his way back up to his feet, cut away and get to the center and get this fight back into his wheelhouse.
Yeah, Kendrick Latchman needs to do something here as time is winding down and Ramos continues to unload.
Grab the cuff of the glove, let go.
Any submission you want to go for,
Oh, nice elbow from Ramos. Just controlling this 3rd round.
You bet.
Yeah, man. Let's go.
Oh, now he's talking some trash. Referee better be on top of it when this fight gets over, because we don't want to see this fight go past the bell.
He is talking some trash, is right. These two did get in each other's faces at the weigh-ins yesterday.
Well, I'm sure Nate Diaz is back in Stockton watching this fight proudly as his student, in my opinion, cruised his way to a decision in this.
Moved to the U.S. a year ago to pursue his MMA dream, and his dreams are